And she tweets this out and says, "My last match," again throwing shade over to WWE. "Can't wait to wrestle for a lot longer than 3 minutes." Well, I got some news for you, Shotzi. We will be seeing you this summer on Collision, and you will be going from 3 minute matches to 5 minute matches at best. Less than 24 hours from being released by WWE, Cora Jade comes out. And here we go. So she adds on top of what Priscilla Kelly says when Priscilla Kelly is saying, "Hey, when I was Gigi, and even before when I was Gigi and I was Priscilla Kelly and I was wrestling all over the world, fam, I was training 3 to 4 days a week. I was putting in the work, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear that. But remember, Dave Meltzer claims, and again, we don't pay too much mind what he says, but he claims that many of the people that got released, not all of the people that got released, were deemed as lazy. So let's just remember that. But Cora J goes on to say, "This, plus can't forget having to go to my own gym outside of work. After strength and conditioning that wasn't even doing anything for me other than getting me body shamed by my bosses, co-workers, and fans." With a smiley face, crazy exclamation mark. What? Are you serious right now? We're going to sit here. And this is where I have the problem. This is exactly where I have the issue with what she said. Body shamed? Now, we talk about words all the time that shouldn't be thrown out, but is thrown out a lot and deemed to be more hurtful than it actually is. We know those trigger words that people try and throw out to label people because they have a difference of opinion. And they claim it's the, like, you could have the most random opinion ever and somebody's going to call you Hitler. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird stuff like that. So we're not even going to get in the whole word thing. But the fact you claim that you're being body shamed, you say it by your bosses, co-workers, and fans. Did Cody not come out a year ago and say, "Hey, as a wrestler, fam, you should be body shamed. Y'all want to be equal. Y'all want to main event WrestleMania every year?" Which, by the way, CM Punk just came out just the other day, pretty much insinuated the first night of WrestleMania main event is not a real main event, because he just said, "You know what I have? And my next goal is to main event night 2 of WrestleMania." Yeah, no shit, because that's the main event. Anyways, back to my point. Y'all know how I do. You're claiming that they body shamed you a year after Cody Rhodes had told you, he gave you the rundown, wrestling is in this dude's DNA, and he says, "Yo, fam, as a wrestler, you should be body shamed." That means get your ass. And here's the funny thing about it. It's not like we're talking about. I'm not even gonna throw any names out there because I don't want to. I'm not gonna get any more fucking. I don't want to throw any shade at anybody in the women's division like that. But you can pretty much. It's pretty evident. There's only a handful of chicks in the women's division in WWE that can be actually body shamed. And it's like, what the fuck? Now, to me, I don't give a shit when it comes to, because if you're a good wrestler, you're a good wrestler. I just care whether you can wrestle or not, and whether you're a good storyteller, whether you're a good character or not. I don't really give a shit about the whole body thing. The Cora Jade thing came out of left field, and when she claims body shame, maybe she's talking about the fact that she came back out of nowhere with a fucking boob job. You don't think people are going to talk about it? And if you didn't want people talking about it, why the fuck would you get a boob job? Of all the things you could have done to your body, you got a boob job. I'm not saying you should be doing anything to your body to begin with. But on top of all of that, and then being injury prone, you go to TNA. They send your ass to TNA for a couple weeks, and you still can't get a pop. The bar was so low for the women's division in NXT until Jordan Grace, Delta, Julia, and Stephanie Vakir got to NXT. The bar was so low before they got there. They get there, and now I'm pretty sure Sean's looking around like, "Oh, yeah. because these women are at least somewhat professional and they draw reactions, they draw crowds. You went to TNA and got no reaction, and you're under NXT. You're employed by WWE. Yeah, fam, cooked. And then on top of that, everybody's speculating, oh, where's Cora Jade gonna go? Cora Jade, look, she can go pretty much anywhere. She can go to AEW. Either way, wherever she goes, hopefully she gets better. But this right here, this kind of tweet right here, and saying that you got body shamed, what do you think entertainment is, fam? This is the generation that we live in now. This is why, look, I'm gonna be honest, the bar is so low everywhere. Now, I'm like, damn, man, you mean to tell me that you look at college football. I can't speak for any other college sports, whatever. College football, I'm sitting here like, bro, the sport is ruined. Because you're paying them a large amount of money now to be mid. So some are going to shine, some are going to get that, and they're probably worth those millions of dollars. Other ones, not everybody's worth all that shit. Now we have the entitled, insufferable people in all of entertainment at this point. We've seen the Rachel Zeglers of the world, right? Now we see the Shadur Sanders, at least supporters. I'm not going to shame him too much. He ain't really throw too much shade to being dropped down to the 5th round. So I ain't going to put that on him, but I'm at least put it on the Shadur Sanders supporters and the hardcore fans out there, or not supporters, but the stands, because I supported him. But the stands out there. But anyways, to get back to wrestling. You got the Cora Jades of the world too now. Here we are in 2025, and we're looking at this to where you're so insufferable that after you get released, you have to say you got body shamed. And then to say you get body shamed by the fans. So now you're saying you hate your fans. Now you're turning on pretty much at least splitting half your fan base, because you had some fans that saying, yo, dude, why'd you get the boob job? You're not even that good. You don't even get that much of a reaction anymore. Then we send you to another company and you still can't get a reaction. As the chick from NXT, former NXT Women's Champion, still can't get a pop. The women's division, look, it's always got its highs and lows. I do think that Gigi Dolan being released is kind of a hit to the NXT Women's division. I'm gonna be honest. I am a fan. I've always been a fan of hers, even when she was Priscilla Kelly before. But Cora Jade, like I said, she's going to land somewhere. But you got these women now that have been released, and they're just not even 24 hours after being released. They're just running at the mouth, man. So now we go over to Shotzi Blackheart. And she tweets this out and says, my last match, again, throwing shade over to WWE. Can't wait to wrestle for a lot longer than 3 minutes. Well, I got some news for you, Shotzi. We will be seeing you this summer on Collision. And you will be going from 3-minute matches to 5-minute matches at best. That's all I got to say about Shotzi. It amazes me how these chicks really act like this. And I'm sitting here like... And again, like... It's not like she said anything super derogatory towards WWE or anything like that. But it's just like, fam, like, really? Really? You act like you're this super hot commodity. You're highly demanded all over the world when you're not. And so now the one tweet you want to throw out after you get released is to throw shade at the company that paid you a lot of money to be barely decent? Oh my gosh, man. Like it irks me, man. It really does irk me. And I feel like as a wrestling fan, as a lifelong wrestling fan, I don't get how we can sit here and just be like, oh yeah, shots, yeah, I wish you the best in the world, and then they're throwing shots at WWE. I'm gonna wrestle longer. If I can finally have a match longer than 3 minutes, but you're still gonna get more views on Twitter from WWE Speed, rather than you wrestling a dude like what they like to do in the indies a lot, and some kind of circus gimmick. So miss me with that BS. First of all. Second of all, let's not forget we have the Zelina Vegas of the world holding a United States Championship, which will be stagnant for another 3 months. because she came out there with zero reaction. No reaction at all. Same as Cora Jade. It was like watching Cora Jade show up in TNA. Zero reaction. And yet we have Cora Jade out here talking about some I was body shamed by my bosses, co-workers, and fans. Well, you probably don't belong in the entertainment business. So there's probably another avenue you can go in entertainment that'll serve you better with fake tits. But apparently wrestling is not one of those avenues if you're going to act this way. As of Shotzi, for Shotzi, again, throwing shots at WWE serves you no favors at all with the longer than 3 minute matches. I do think, like, don't get me wrong, the WWE speed has always been a bad idea. I've always said it's a bad idea. Some people said that Andrade had a really good run on WWE speed. I never watched a single match of speed, even back when they had Ricochet on the joint. It's pointless. It's stupid. Nobody watches it. But go off. Whatever. But at the end of the day, I think that Cora Jade and what she said, it just shows that she's even more insufferable. And this is a chick that the only pictures we ever saw of her anyway were with dudes, and half of those dudes were her boyfriends, or her every other month she has a boyfriend, so, or a different guy. So, and then CM Punk. So you're saying you put in all this other work and you had to go to a gym outside of your strength and conditioning, blah, blah, because you got body shamed? When you still weigh probably, what, 150 pounds, if even? And you're talking about being body shamed? Really? I don't get it. But, I mean, she's been there for a while. But I will say this, I mean, she hasn't aged well, man. And that's coming from me. She has not aged well at all, man. Cora Jade aged probably as well as Pam from The Office. I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corn, and until next time, I am OUT.